Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Business Success Podcast with myself, Adriana Cheshire, and
Jonathan Keeble.
As always. Today's topic, and it's our first podcast, I've just realised, in 2023.
It is, actually.
It is.
We did a few last year, but I just thought about it. We've done podcasts with clients and other people, that stuff is good.
Yeah. But today we're going to be talking about the reasons and kind of just a general chat about how important your marketing and your HR is in 2023, especially because it's been a tough couple of years for business owners.
Why do you think it's been so tough, though?
Well, we've had an interesting government situation.
We have.
Had some tough economical times.
Yeah. Oh, the trouble is...
the cost of living and the energy and all of that has impacted food.
Yeah,
and the fact,
transport.
Yeah, and for business owners...
Ukraine.
They're people as well.
I'm interrupting.
Keep going. There's a lot of problems.
Yeah.
A lot of issues. I mean, there's a lot of positive and joyful things in the world as well, but understandably for business owners, all of the stuff that we've just mentioned and probably other things have put a massive strain on business finance, on the mindset of business owners, and in your personal life.
Has it changed for you at all?
Not.
Are you keeping the heating down?
Yeah. Yes. Mindful.
Because I notice, I've got to say, when I'm out of the office,
yes,
you and Alexandra just whack the heating up. All right?
Can I just say
and I walk in and it's like walking into a sauna.
It's 3 degrees, Jonathan, out there.
No. But there's a time when you can sort of just say, get the room warm. But the office is like, I walk in there, I'm sweating when I walk in there. And you girls have just put it up.
So we put the heating on to warm it to a standard and then we'll turn it off.
So that's why you come into the office rather than working from home, is it? To use my heating?
I sit there with my hat on sometimes to save on the heating. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and you bring those sort of like
my
gloves. Yeah. Yeah, little gloves.
Yeah,
and stuff like that,
Yeah, exactly.
So I get the hint.
Yes.
When you walk in with a hat, a coat and gloves on, we have to put the heating on in the office.
But I mean, that's actually... that is an important thing, isn't it? If you are working in the office and as a business owner...
Don't kill my plants, mind you.
No.
They're not meant to be at that temperature.
But if you're a business owner, you obviously have a duty of care to the employees.
I do now. You've just told everybody.
Yeah, but in general... So as a business owner, in that instance, you have a duty of care. And if your staff are working in the office and it's cold, that's not conducive. So then you're battling, aren't you? Do I put the heating on? Don't I put the heating on?
So I've just been told off now.
No, not at all. But no, I mean, personally, I'm just more mindful of kind of the usage of the energy and kind of where my money's going and things. I think we all are. You kind of have to be.
So really in business, what we're talking about in business, sometimes when money gets tight and stuff like that, they cut the easy stuff.
Yeah, and I think with the word recession perhaps being whispered for 2023, that again is a massive worry for business owners. So I think it's important to kind of review your strategy for the year ahead and, of course, review your budget and kind of cut costs where you can. But unfortunately, and we probably agree, the marketing especially seems to be one of the first things that's cut. And I think perhaps the reason that is because marketing is quite an intangible
I'll tell you what we noticed. During furlough.
Yes.
And we worked with some clients who didn't go out on furlough, didn't put their people on furlough. They worked through it.
Yeah.
And we also worked with those companies who did put their staff on furlough, but they kept their marketing going. And they came out of COVID so much stronger.
Yes.
Because
great point.
When the customers were aware of them, they were the first people to go to.
Yes.
So there's probably a good reason why not to switch off your marketing, because when you do, it's very easy for your competitors to step in and be the first choice for for the clients and customers.
Definitely. I agree with that. And I think maybe we could just reframe it. Instead of cutting costs, we could look at, where in the business could you actually save money? Are there places,
there are good
in your suppliers, your production
What
line,
a great point that is.
Where we save money rather than cutting costs, actually looking at the business
I'm
already.
really glad you point that out, because we're currently working with a client where in actual fact we're looking at their goods inwards, goods outwards, and the processes in there.
Right.
And what's happening is this client has a warehouse full of products and stuff like, and the electricians and plumbers come in, and it's like pick and mix, and they take out what they need, put it in the van, and probably only a percentage of that actually goes on site to be implemented in for the client. So you've got all this stuff kicking around in the van, probably not used, getting damaged and falling out the back of the van and sort of stuff like that. So, we went in, we had a conversation this week with them, and we've had this conversation for some time. But we're actually putting in a process to put in the proper goods inwards, the process of stock control and dispatch, because what we actually noticed was that these engineers and electricians and plumbers, they were going on site, and the customer is being charged for that engineer or plumber to go on site once. And because the whole system in the warehouse and the storeroom is in chaos, they're having to go 3 or 4 times. So in actual fact, that's where you're losing money. Exactly. So if you actually improve the process, that's where you can save money, rather than just saying, I'm going to cut my marketing budget.
Yeah, looking at your processes that are already in place. Where are the holes, the leaks? Where can we start plugging those up to save the money? But I certainly would agree that marketing is really important not to turn that off. It's not a tap. Marketing, you can't just turn it on and off. No. Actually, you have to build the momentum with it. And
so if you did turn it off, how long do you think it would take to sort of like build that customer awareness again, do you think?
I think it would pretty much be starting from scratch, really. It depends how long you turn it off for, but I mean, even if you're talking a couple of months, then you'd be starting from scratch again, because like I was saying, marketing, it's all about the momentum, and once you've got that momentum going, it's important to keep it going, because that's very valuable for your business. Not just in terms of getting in new customers and your brand awareness and things, but also in terms of the value of your business. If you've got a really good marketing strategy in place that actually is getting a lot of engagement and is actually doing what it should be doing for your business, then the value of that is massive for your business, which is what you want as a business owner.
And I think from a people side, it's actually trying to get more out of your people. And one of the easiest ways is to actually sit down with your people and look at the job roles again to make sure in actual fact they're doing a full day's work.
Sure.
Because there's been a lot of confusion coming out of furlough and COVID as to actually what these people are doing and so forth. And obviously business owners are worried about putting pressure onto their staff in case they lose them, because as you know, recruitment is a nightmare, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you'd know probably more than most people at the moment. Yeah, it's just not only getting the staff, but also keeping them. I suppose, if people are being offered even a couple of pound more per hour, depends what industry, of course.
Well, it costs a lot more to find a good member of staff and put them into the business than actually identifying a member of staff's weaknesses and working on it and improving them. Because in actual fact, they'll respect you for that as well.
Yeah, and when you or when you invest into a staff member, then in most instances, they'll invest back into the business and feel really valued and be willing to kind of go that extra mile for the business, which is all you could really ask for from your staff, isn't it? It's actually for them to be on the same journey as you are within your business.
So we just sort of cap it. Don't cut on your marketing.
No.
But invest in your people to make sure that in actual fact they're delivering on your marketing promise.
Yes.
And that's why we put HR and marketing together, isn't it?
Into our 1-4 strategy, which we have talked about before.
Yeah. Go on, tell us again. Where do we come in that?
The 1-4 strategy.
Yeah. It was a competition, wasn't it?
It was, the Entrepreneur X Factor, and we came runner-up. Second.
That's not bad, though.
Close first.
That was a global competition, wasn't it?
It was, yes.
And we were beaten by someone in America, weren't we?
Yes, I think so. But we have, if you want to listen to that podcast, we can link it in the description below.
Okay.
All about our 1-4s. So don't try not to cut your marketing completely. Yes, there's probably places in your marketing that you could cut some resources on, things that might be wasting your time and not seeing any results. Definitely. So just review your marketing, but don't cut back on it completely, because you're just shooting yourself in the foot. And like you were saying, how important it is to retain your staff. 2023, actually, it's more important than ever to retain your customers as well, which again is where marketing comes into. And just going on a little tangent here. I remember once...
Oh, let's stop it. Oh, no. Are you telling us a story?
Yeah.
Oh, go on. Tell me the story.
I remember once when we did a first podcast here with Shane Solomon. And he asked, what's the difference between marketing and sales? And I thought, well, there's not much difference, really. They're on the same journey. They have the same end goal. But actually I was thinking about it, and the difference between marketing and sales is marketing is all about getting your customers in the door, and sales is more about that conversion, isn't it?
Yeah.
So marketing gets you so far, but then actually converting that into a sale is perhaps where the sales comes in. So there may be something to be said for actually investing in your sales. We're doing a bit of work with a client at the moment, working with his team on working on their sales skills and actually approaching new clients and building relationships with clients, which not only is it important to convert them, but also then how can we retain them for
Well, I think marketing
future.
is also it's attention. Marketing is attention. It's getting your message out there, but it's retaining that person, because the person might not be ready to buy at this stage, but when they are ready, all right, they know where to go to have, a further conversation. And certainly the sales is like the pointed end of an arrow.
Yes.
All right. That is actually the call to action, isn't it? It's a call to action to actually answer all those questions and actually hopefully give the solution to the client for what they're looking for, and keeping in touch with that client, because certainly the client or the customer might not be ready to buy at this stage, but certainly when they are, they know who to go to, because between the marketing and the sales, all right, that's the one that ticked their box.
Very much intertwined, aren't they?
They are.
Still slightly different. So I just thought that was an interesting. I was thinking about that.
Well, that's good, yeah. So that throws me on to what story I'm going to say.
Oh, go on, love the story.
So I suppose really the thing with the HR stuff, I love HR because I see we're both marketeers, and but I love HR. It's a real passion with me, because in actual fact, good people are the best investment you can do in a business.
Yes.
Because they can deliver everything, that you want. If you've got bad people, the trouble is that's the worst marketing you can have, because your client will remember it forever, and they'll tell other people that they didn't get.
Had a good experience.
Exactly, a good experience for you. So working on your people is really good. And I think what people don't actually, certainly business owners need to really think about is, are they getting the most out of their staff? And having that one-to-one conversation with them, doing an appraisal with them, revisiting the job role, and then putting them into the company structure so they can see what role they're playing in the success of the business. And also when employees see the structure, they can actually say, right, well, I'm here, I'd like to be up here. So what do I have to do to climb the ladder? Because obviously, when you climb the ladder, guess what you're going to do? Not only are you going to get more responsibility, chances are you're going to get more pay, which is actually going to help you through these sort of inflationary, recessionary times as well. So in actual fact, just because we're in difficult times doesn't mean there's not opportunities to progress and get a better income and so forth by taking on more responsibility.
I think it's important just not to panic, and to kind of just maybe take the time to just take a step back from the business and just review your marketing, your HR, your processes, your operations. Where can we save money, rather than just, right, we need to cut that, and then you're kind of left with the bare bones and you kind of have to build everything back up again. Just look at where can we save money and cut costs from the point that we're at now.
So I would say, in order to do that, I said it would be great if you looked at your HR strategy, your people strategy.
Definitely.
Who are the people who are on your bus?
Yes.
Who are the people who are driving in the same direction as you? And who are the people who are going to help you get through this crisis?
Yes.
Okay. And who's going to actually be your future, success? And work on that, because that's, like, for me, priority number one. Okay.
Yeah.
Priority number two is actually understand your business plan. Okay. Look at it. What's your business going to look like in the next 3 to 5 years? And share that with the staff. There's no point having a business plan and just keeping it to yourself. You need to share that with the staff. Also, do a forecast of where you think the next 12 months are going to be. Okay, and a financial forecast, because the thing is, what you don't want to do is spend money before you got the money.
Yes, that's
all right.
A bad position.
You might have a great idea and say, I need this, I need to employ this person, without exploring that. Have you got the resources within your company to actually fulfill that role or that need you need in the company and so forth. So having a sort of forecast budget is a really great idea, because it will keep you on track and make sure that in actual fact you've always got enough money. Because as sort of leader of the Federation of Small Business, I hear about so many small businesses who, in actual fact, struggle, have only just got about enough money for next month.
Of course.
You know, and they've got people they've got to
common.
pay and stuff like that, and that is really worrying and so forth. So for them, I would actually sort of encourage them to do a 12-month forecast budget, so they can see where it is, so they don't make the mistakes of buying things they don't need, or investing in things they don't need, or employing people they're probably not ready for and stuff like that.
Rash decisions.
So when the money comes in, then they can sort of and it's like doing little steps of success as you go along. And of course, never forget, part of that is your marketing strategy.
Yes,
you know,
that's a part of it.
What do you want to be known for, and go for the low-hanging fruit. Don't try and go for the thing that's going to take you 3 to 5 years to get. Of course, that's in your plan. But try and go for the low-hanging fruit, because you need the money and the cash flow now.
Definitely. And I think just before we finish, it's important to remember that you're not alone as a business owner. There's people like us, for example, who you can come and talk to and spend an hour with and chat through kind of the year ahead and the years ahead, which I think is really important to kind of get that external support, get a fresh perspective, someone who's been there, done that, helps people achieve their goals, I think, as well, because it can be a very lonely place being a business owner, and I know that with everything that's going on and the worries and the stresses, it might become a very sad place as well.
Okay. So what's the one thing I need to do when I get back to the office?
Probably turn the heating off if Alexandra's been in the office. What do you need to do?
Keep the heating up so you don't put it up even further. That's for sure. So when you come in, you're warm. So you're not putting the heating further up. So I think it is. Make sure you guys are warm when you come in the office. That's for sure. So
we're fine. Just saying, we're all good.
Yeah. So no, that's really good. But HR marketing, don't cut corners on that. Never cut corners on your people. And if you haven't got the right people in place and you can't move them on by improving them, by educating them, by motivating them, but think about putting them on a performance improvement plan. And if there's no results coming out of them and they're completely disengaged with the business, you really need to think, are these people putting other people's welfare and employment at risk? There are times you have to make those difficult decisions, but when you do, spend a lot of time, invest a lot of time to make sure you got the right person coming into your business, all right, who's going to help you go forward.
Definitely.
So I would sometimes there are hard times where you have to do it. What we do is actually we come into companies, we do it for them. We never tie people into contracts.
No.
And so I think that's quite a strong message. If people need HR and stuff like that, or they need marketing, we're happy to come and do it for them. We're happy to teach them how to do it, or we'll do it together collaboratively. Collaboratively. Yeah,
definitely.
That's the hard word to end the podcast with.
Final note, marketing and HR should be an investment, not a cost to your business. And
we'll
kind of help you get to that point.
I like that.
So just in time. Look at that.
Ooh, on time, yeah.
Very good.
He only gives us 20 minutes.
Limited.
And we've done it with 1 minute to spare.
Thank you very much for listening to this episode of the Business Success Podcast. We will see you, or you will hear us, next time when we're back in the studio. Thank you very much.
Oh, yeah, and who are we doing next time? Just quickly.
Oh, yeah, we've got a really exciting guest next.
We've got EcoPlug.
Okay,
and the two boys, Jordan Jones and Oliver Crutchley. And that's going to be exciting because they've taken their business a major boom. And we're also inviting Emma Hewitt, and we're going to have Skills. And Skills Launchpad Plymouth, so from Plymouth City Council. So we're looking forward to seeing those two down. 3 down.
Yes.
So that'd be good.
So we will be less talking, more listening next month, won't we?
Try to.
Yeah, it'd be great. Thanks again, and we will see you soon.